So obviously it's a key priority of Activate Learning that all of our students feel safe, supported and cared for, and student support are actually just one part of the jigsaw puzzle in terms of that wraparound service that all students can expect, want, need from Activate Learning when they join us as a student. So we work with students from the moment they take an interest in potentially coming to college to support them with their transition. We then also look at national issues, so things like exploitation or drugs, violence and that kind of thing, and ensure that our students are aware and know how to keep themselves safe and who to go to if they do need support. We don't only just work with parents, we'll work with the students themselves, we'll work with any other agencies that have been working with that child through secondary school or if they've been homeschooled, and we'll also work with their previous education provider in order to share as much information as possible and make sure they know that that support that they're used to and that's their comfort zone at the moment is going to be there for them when they change and transition into college life. We've adapted our services to meet the needs of the ever-changing environment in relation to COVID. So what that has meant is obviously many of our students were receiving their learning online, therefore we needed to be able to support them remotely as well. So for example, our counselling service, that was delivered remotely, they could have online appointments, but we also ensured that those students that would be struggling to be at home, and whether that be because they didn't have access to IT, because they felt isolated, a lack of support, they were able to access our college services, come into college where support staff were there not only to help them with their learning but to ensure they felt well in themselves and were coping with the challenges that the pandemic sort of has presented us all, because everybody obviously reacted to it very differently and support needs varied.
So there's multiple ways that students can access the support. They can either access it themselves, so there's a self-referral system. When they become a student, there's information on our website, and also they get access to the student platform, Activate Learning Online. There's a huge amount of information there about how they can access individual parts of our services. However, we do try our best at the colleges to introduce ourselves, so we'll go around classes and we make ourselves known to students through teachers who will inform students how to access the services. I would say the biggest common trend in the need for our service would be mental health needs. That can be for anxiety, depression, general needs to talk about a situation that students are struggling with, but we're really generic and holistic in the support that we offer. So if a student struggles with a homelessness issue, a family breakdown, if they're having struggles outside of college, then we can either support directly ourselves through being an ear that we can listen and support that way, or we can signpost to specialist services, and we've got external agencies, we work with local authorities and charities that we can signpost students to get the best, most effective support for them. There's also any students that have been victims of any sort of crime, if they've been mugged, if there's theft, if they've been bullied. We support with absolutely everything. Each campus has a manager that oversees the student support team, but the team itself is there with specific individuals that support with individual functions or needs of students. So you have a member of staff that supports if students have been a victim of crime, if they're worried about any policing matter, or if they just want general personal safety advice. They can get some advice and tips as well as actually reporting a crime that may have occurred or they may have witnessed. If a young person is in the care system, if they're a looked after child or they've left the care system as a care leaver, they have a dedicated key worker that works with the local authority and their social worker that can support them. We do bespoke one-to-one individual support to help them get the financial support, the bursary access that they need to access education, and then we'll be there anytime they need us. We do have a member of the team then that is a trained psychotherapist or counsellor. So we have a free counselling service for absolutely every student that accesses our college. And what's really important is that it can be a service that is referred into by students themselves. Students can talk to their teachers and teachers can refer, or they can speak to student support and we can refer students to the counsellor as well. And in more recent times we're diversifying the service so students can access that face-to-face on campuses, but they can also access the counsellors through telephone calls or video conferences just to make sure that it's as accessible as possible in modern times.